In the sun-drenched hills of Koforidua, where the air hums with high-life beats and the scent of fresh kenki wafts from roadside chop bars, knowledge once ruled a university campus. But these days, books are forgotten on shelves while a louder king reigns supreme. Shine, fresh designer kicks that gleam brighter than the midday sun. Heavy gold chains that catch every ray and demand attention. The newest iPhones flashing notifications like royal decrees. Custom fits, oversized hoodies, ripped denim, iced-out watches that turn ordinary walks into parades. And at the center of it all stand three young men who no longer answer to their village-given names. Kwame, Kofi, and Kojo have become K, Kof, and Kije, the undisputed kings of Koforidua campus, the ones everyone calls the baddies. When they move through the quad, the whole world pauses. Sneakers squeak with fresh-out-the-box authority. Chains swing like pendulums counting clout. Phones capture every flex, every angle, every envious stare. Heads turn. Whispers ripple. Ladies smile a little too long. Guys straighten their postures, suddenly aware of their own dull trainers. Their anthem echoes from hostel corridors to lecture halls, from canteen lines to late-night gist sessions under the mango trees. If your kicks no days shine, you no-go trend. It's more than a saying. It's law, a warning, a crown. They walk like the ground itself owes them respect. They laugh like they invented swagger. They live like untouchable gods in a world obsessed with looking the part. But every throne built on flash has shadows beneath it. Every shine hides a secret. And in Koforidua, the ancestors still watch, quiet, patient, remembering. What happens when the brightest kicks start to crawl and the loudest flex becomes the deepest shame? Welcome to the rise and the reckoning of the baddies of Koforidua. In the lively university town of Koforidua, where the hills roll green and evening high-life music drifted from distant chop bars, students were meant to chase knowledge. But over time, books gathered dust while a new king rose. The king of style, flash, and clout. Designer sneakers gleamed in the sun like polished gold. Gold chains dangled heavily on necks. The latest iPhones glowed in every hand, snapping stories and flexing locations. Custom fits, oversized hoodies from big brands, ripped jeans, and iced-out watches turned heads. Young men who mastered this walked like they owned the ground. Among them, three stood supreme. Their birth names were Kwame, Kofi, and Kojo. But on campus, no one used those anymore. They were K, Kof, and KJ, the baddies of Koforidua, or simply the kings. When they stepped into the quad, conversation stopped. Sneakers squeaked fresh. Chains caught light. Phones captured every angle. Their slogan echoed like a chant through dorms, lecture halls, and canteens. If your kicks no days shine, you no-go trend. Guys envied them. Ladies admired them. Some feared crossing them. Beauty and status had become the new gods, and these three were high priests. Every morning, the kings strolled to class not with notebooks, but phones in hand and chains swinging. Their outfits screamed money. Whispers trailed them. Some students hid their worn-out trainers under long trousers in shame. Others tried fakes. Cheap sneakers that peeled, knockoff chains that tarnished. But nothing matched the real shine. Young women competed for their attention, paying for their meals or rides. Lecturers sighed as focus vanished when the kings entered. They mocked quietly dressed guys with village phones or faded clothes. Laughter masked cruelty. See that one's kicks. Dem they cry, they'd say, and the crowd would roar. But how did they afford it? Their families back in nearby villages weren't wealthy. No one asked too loudly. Questions